So I got to play a little bit of Star Wars Battlefront Outer Rim, and this is the newest DLC coming out to Star Wars Battlefront, but I'm going to go over all the things that I know you're going to get in this game, basically from what I've experienced. There might be even more, and I do know there's 2 free weapons that are going to be given out for free, even if you don't own the DLC or the Season Pass. So let's start it off with the new heroes. Now, I've seen a lot of Star Wars, I've seen the whole trilogy, and I'm not that big of a Star Wars fan, but what I will tell you is I have no idea how these guys got to be heroes, because they're not like the main character heroes, you know what I mean? Like, what about Yoda or Chewbacca or even the General? Like, come on, where are these guys? Now, maybe we're gonna get to see these guys in the next DLCs, I don't even know. These guys are like kind of off to the side, but they still had a little bit of a role in Star Wars, but either way, they're the newest heroes, and they're actually pretty good to the hero package because they have their own play styles, and one of them pretty much almost copies Han Solo. So let's just start it off here with our first hero, and that dude's Greedo. Now, the reason I say he pretty much copies Han Solo is because he's only got a pistol, and he's pretty much like the counter to it. I mean, you guys have seen the trailer, I'm assuming, and you just see them fighting off each other. But his first ability is a grenade that alternates between 3 different grenades. We got an impact, a regular grenade, and a smoke grenade. That's one of the newest grenades that's also going to be brought into the game, so you can actually unlock this as a player, but Greedo has it rotating as his first ability. Now, I should mention this smoke grenade is actually a toxic grenade, which does damage over time, so if anybody's in it, they're going to take a lot of damage. Our second ability is Greedo's wall hack ability. He's got like the 6th sense where he can see people through the wall and be able to knock them out, which is actually a phenomenal ability if you think about it. But his third and final one, which is also why I lean towards him being kind of like a copy to Han Solo, is because he's got a sharpshooting technique which lets him shoot out multiple opponents at one time if he locks onto them, and I pretty much take out Han Solo with it. And Luke Skywalker, because pretty much it's like this lethal blow that does a lot of damage. Now our next hero, and excuse my Finglish, is Nien Nunb. Now I don't know how to read his name, so that's how it came out to me, but I'm totally wrong and I know I am, so excuse me. He's a rebel. And his first ability is a sniping rifle. Now, you can't go Call of Duty quick scope with this thing because this thing does give a lethal blow, but it takes a while to shoot it off. Like, it needs to charge before it gets its shot off. So I don't recommend going close quarters with this thing. You really need to go far off and snipe people with it, but at the same time, you really need to be smart about it. His second ability is a turret, which you can put down. And the cool thing about this turret is it actually levels up to do more damage. It begins to upgrade itself. And the only way it upgrades itself is not by you hammering it like in TF2, but by it doing damage or by you doing damage. The more points you get, the more it gets to upgrade. It's that simple. Look at it upgrading here as I'm doing damage and taking out opponents. Even as it takes people out in the process, it starts to level up. His third and final ability is putting down trip mines. So this hero is actually pretty stealthy if you think about it. Like, he's good for holding down a position and just leveling up his abilities and just sitting back, sniping people, and just holding some corridor down to make sure you have the advantage. So it's a pretty smart play of a hero. So now I'm kind of curious, like, what about under appearances where you could be like a solo stint? Doesn't this dude look like Nien Nunb? I mean, come on. People would run around as this to freak people out, or maybe even just decide to go Rodion and pretty much scare the enemy team, or maybe trick the enemy team into thinking, hey, I'm on your team because I look like Greedo and I'm going to be on your side. You've also got a new area for unlocking all these star cards and weapons where you have to go to Jabba the Hutt and do these missions for him, but also pay up with credits. So it's not as easy as just getting credits and unlocking the gun you want. You have to do the missions and then use the credits to get what you want. The 4 new weapons we're going to be getting are the DLT-19X, which is a sniping rifle, the DL-18, which is a really wicked pistol, the Relby V-10, which is a semi-automatic rifle, which you have to click to shoot faster, and the DD-12, which is Greedo's pistol, and it is wicked sick. But I'm just going to play some music and let you guys see these 4 new weapons, how they roll out, and then I'm going to be back to talk about some other things.
Damn, I'm good.
And there's this thing, a really cool disruptor rifle, which is like an epic charged up sniping rifle that just shoots off and causes a mega explosion and destroys anything in its path, but in this case, I didn't shoot anybody. Now, one of the maps we get to play on is Jabba's Palace, and it is actually a really good map for this close quarter type of gameplay, but there's also the Rancor, although it's dead, and I'm kind of curious here. What do you guys think here? Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Should it be alive or should it be dead? Because I feel like if it's alive, it's going to be like this scripted scenario, kind of like a Levolution thing, and after you've seen it for like a month, you're kind of like sick and tired of it. Or maybe it could have been like, once you fall in this pit, you're going to be dead for sure with this epic cutscene of this Rancor coming at you. Or maybe you get this wicked cutscene where you and a group of squad mates get to fight the Rancor and get out of there. But I want to know what you guys think. Should it be dead to keep the gameplay going as it is, or should there be a cutscene kind of thing happening with the Rancor? The new maps we're getting are super close quarters, and that's really what Outer Rim is. It's just all out close quarter battles, which is going to be hectic, and it's going to be 16-player maps. But I do got to mention there's also a new game mode called Extraction, and you basically have to take this cart and help it get extracted to the ship, whereas the defending team has to stop you. And to activate it, you just go to the back of it, hit your use key to activate it. Once it's active, it can move. You can also see there's a squad shield that you can put up there where it activates to protect you from anybody attacking you. Now, I do got to mention there are some nice updates that they're going to be bringing in where the shield will now also block grenades. And if you're inside it, the grenades will actually get locked in with you. So don't do the grenade thing when you see somebody with a shield. This also applies to the battle pickup for the shield. However, an ion grenade will destroy the shield instantly. Now, with Extraction, there are some rules that need to be played out. Every checkpoint, and there's a total of 3 checkpoints, allows you to add 5 minutes to your gameplay. So as the rebels, you are attacking and moving the cart up. You use the use key to activate the cart, but as the defending team, you can deactivate the cart in a similar fashion. And remember, 5 minutes per checkpoint, but you also get heroes, and once a hero is spent, that hero is gone. You can't use it anymore. So at the first checkpoint, the rebels will have a hero and they will be attacking first. Defenders, Imperials have no hero whatsoever. On the second checkpoint, you have a hero for both sides. Now get this. If the rebels maintain their first hero on the first checkpoint and get to the second checkpoint, they can have a total of 2 heroes active at this second checkpoint. But here's the catch. On the third and final checkpoint, only the Imperials are allowed a hero. So now it evens out the game, and this is where I'm being Boba Fett and really holding them off, maintaining the point, stopping them from getting the last extraction of this cart to the ship. And my best advice is play like I'm playing. Sit back, have your team defend that cart, and hold them off as much as possible. Use your rockets, use all you got, and you're good to go. Now, overall, in the short time frame that I had playing Outer Rim, it was a lot of fun, although I don't know how it's going to roll out with the 16-player battles of a close quarter combat, because some people actually might like 32-player battles, and I know that sounds like a crazy idea, but just think about it. 32 players in a massive situation like that, that's all out slaughter, which could be a lot more fun than 16 players, which is like a classic game mode. So I don't know if they're going to be giving us the ability to make servers with custom amount of players on certain game modes, which I think would be pretty cool on these maps, because think about Battlefield 3 and Operation Metro, which was super close quarter, and everybody just enjoyed playing that massive close quarter gameplay of just all-out grenade spam everywhere. But again, that could be a problem, although it's not a bad idea to give people the ability to have custom servers with custom amount of players on it and custom things going on with it. But what I do gotta mention is that the developers are listening to us, and they really did hear the fact that we feel that Star Wars Battlefront is lacking content. So I think that's why they're taking on this initiative of giving us a lot more free things. Like I know in this new DLC, there's gonna be 2 free guns they're gonna be giving to us to unlock even if you don't have the DLC, which is pretty cool, which is basically DICE is listening to us. So I mean, that's one of the best relationships you can have with the game developer, is them listening to what you want and your needs in a game. So just keep giving them your ideas. And I know people are asking for space battles, and honestly, I kind of want that too, but I don't know if they're going to hold that off for another DLC in the future or maybe another game. It's just hard to determine where DICE is going with this game, especially since our latest heroes are Greedo and God, I keep saying that name wrong, don't I? But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments below what you think about Rancor, or how excited you are for this newest DLC that's going to be coming out. Be sure to leave a like down below and check out some videos on screen, and I will catch you guys later.